Man, I was just thinking that I'm gonna be 23 next year, and I'm already out of touch with kids these days. So, um, gather around and I'm gonna tell you the real struggles back in the day. Um, you know, you kids got that DVD, got that nice little DVD. Well, back in my day, uh, you had to put in a VCR and you had to rewind it. And then you went to gosh, you went to the video store. Yes, there's actually video stores back then. There wasn't any Netflix. Oh, you're really freaking out now, aren't you? Yes, we went to the video store, and they were never rewound. We always had to rewound and wait 5 minutes of our life. You'll never get them back, and you'll become old like me. Now, back in my day, there wasn't any there you guys have these nice little Spotify's and the um you know what do you call them? Aux cords? Yeah, well, guess what? We had CDs, and if you put them in the wrong way, it got scratched, and it ruined the whole CD. You had to buy like the whole CD just to get one song. Let me just stop you there because the CDs are usually $20 to $25 for if you want one song. You gotta buy the whole CD. Don't even get me started on the CD cases breaking and placing them in a CD sleeve. You kids don't know the struggle of scratching your own CD when you're putting that into the sleeve. You have no idea. I remember. I remember. These kids don't remember. They haven't been through the struggle. All right. Oh, and TV. Oh, you don't know what that is, do you? But there's actually a thing where you didn't choose what you watched. I know it sounds terrible. You at least you got to choose a channel, but whatever was on, you had to watch. I know, like this fancy new thing called YouTube and Netflix. You can't. You can watch whatever you want on there. So that was a bummer. And with TV, there's no ad block. You have to watch 30-second ads, at least 5 of them, until your show comes back on. And that's if you're lucky. Usually it's 10. So you're stuck there for 5 minutes watching ads, and you cannot skip them. I know. That's terrible. Yeah, you had to make sure you had to come home at a certain time to make sure you watched it. But videos nowadays are just online and on Netflix and Hulu. They're there for you whenever. They don't know the real struggle. All right, this is probably the worst of all. Kids nowadays don't understand the real struggle of not having friends. Nowadays, you get to have friends online, and it's a normal thing. Nowadays, your parents aren't worried about your safety being online. I remember these cringy things about the internet back in middle school, where every person that was a stranger was some person out to kidnap you. And that's so not true. You do gotta be careful, but you gotta be careful everywhere in your life. You don't go giving out any of your personal information. Just use your head. But anyway, my point is, kids do not know the struggle nowadays of not having friends with no internet. Because guess what that means? You get to be stuck in the house rewinding the stupid VCR, or watching, waiting, waiting for your show to come on. You couldn't watch it right then, so you were just stuck in your house. Don't even get me started on cell phones. I didn't get a cell phone until I was 13, and you could barely text on it. I didn't have a plan for that. All I could do was call on it. It was a flip phone, not a slider, a literal flip phone. So let's not talk about that. That's why I blanked it out of my memory when I talked about it earlier. And they had to actually call someone on gasp the house phone. And guess what? The house. You ever hear of a house phone? Oh, it's just too out of your time. You call someone on a house phone, you leave a message, and guess what? They don't hear it until they're home. Isn't that crazy? That's life without cell phones. You couldn't text them. It's like a voicemail that only it's slower. It just doesn't. Kids nowadays just don't understand. You know, the real struggle of the 2000s. My point is, I've I've like had these things too. So, but it's it's amazing what kids have nowadays and how much it changed. I'm sounding old already. Back in my day, um, kids went outside. I didn't go outside. I just waited and waited for that one show to come on and waited. See ya. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. I was born in '97. Like, I was in the transitional period. Um, I was. I think I'm a cuffer. I'm a millennial, but I also think I'm Gen Z at the same time. It's confusing. Some people say I'm millennial, some people say I'm Gen Z, but that's a whole nother video.